Hey everybody, Robert from Black Belt Gaming here. I'm getting back into the swing of making videos again and thought I would do a playthrough of Batman the Animated Series, Gotham City Under Siege. This is a game I bought to play with my family, and we sort of played around with the base game once. We did Act 1, I think, and sort of got a feeling for how it works. But this will be my first attempt at doing a complete playthrough. I'm going to be playing two heroes, and I'm going to be using the expansion, Masterminds and Mayhem. I've heard that this can raise the difficulty a bit and add in some interesting new things, so we're going to try that out as well. The heroes I've chosen are kind of going with the classic animated series feel. We've got Batman and Commissioner Gordon. The board is already set up, and we've got the buildings out. Batman is over here to the west, and Commissioner Gordon is over there to the east. We actually have a vehicle on the board, which is one of those from the expansion. That means we have to do 4 points of damage and destroy that vehicle before we can attack any thugs inside. I think I have this on the wrong number. There we go. The Gotham City track, as you can see up there, has the bat signal on 2. When you move the bat signal, you can increase or decrease a die by that many points. So if you move it down 1 point, you can add or subtract 1 point to your dice. We have the explosion. If that gets to 0, we lose the game. We have the casualty marker, which is just behind that building there. If that gets down to 0, we lose the game. We win the game by surviving 4 different acts and defending the city. And I think it doesn't matter if all the buildings get destroyed, but basically I think if that many buildings get destroyed, you're going to lose the game anyway. I think the other part of the game that can cause you to lose the game is if your character, and I'll show you with Batman here, if your character does suffer a wound, you're supposed to flip your card over and there's a wounded side, and I think some things change. And then if you get wounded again, the game is over. You've lost. So we're going to start as Batman, as the act leader, working with Commissioner Gordon, where it looks like we're kind of battling the Scarecrow here to try to get control of the city. There's a lot of thugs and destructive mobs and criminals running wild and all kind of things like that. So I'll be zooming in on some of these cards as we get going, but that's what we're going to play today, and we'll see how it goes. So hopefully you'll stick around and help me out or learn the game along with me. Thank you. One of the first things I get to do is take a look at the event. This is an event on this Act 1 card, and the expansion has actually added a bit of randomness to this Act 1 event. Let's just roll a die and see what we get, and we have a 1. So Batman actually gets to choose this first one here, now or never. You may discard the top skill card from your deck to gain 1 bonus die this act. I think I will do that and take one of my unused skill cards here, and I'll discard it and take an extra die. Well, so now that everything is set up and in place, we need to roll some dice, and we're going to start with Batman. He's got 5 dice, thanks now to the bonus die he picked up. We're going to put all of those dice that we rolled on his character card, and we're going to do the same thing for Commissioner Gordon. Commissioner Gordon also has a bonus die from the Officer Montoya is on the scene. So she's providing him with a bit of extra help. So using those dice, we're going to have to start placing them on some of the different character cards or story cards. One story card I need to mention here are the Streets or Street Terror. It requires 15. That means putting a bunch of dice on there, totaling up to 15 or more to solve that one. I'm only using 2 heroes, so I'm allowed to start with a bonus die there, already knocking 5 points off that total. So we're going to need 10 to solve that card. Some of the other cards you can see, like you have to put a 5 on there. Looks like a 5 plus, so it could be a 5 or a 6. But you see a 2, a 3, and a 4. The 2 should only be for my game, since I only have 2 heroes active. If I had 3, I would use the middle one. If I had 4 heroes or 5 heroes, I'd have to use 3 5s to solve Protect the Innocent. So we're only going to need one of those. Another thing here is when I was drawing a mastermind to be placed on the board, I didn't draw one. I actually drew an ally, the Gray Ghost. And at the beginning of this turn, I get to roll a die. And the Gray Ghost is going to do that much damage in Batman's battlefield. So we got a 3. So a 3 can take out one of these henchmen. That helps a little bit. So Batman does have a 5 that he rolled. We're going to place one of those on destructive mobs to keep them from destroying the city. We need one more to completely stop the mobs. I think Commissioner Gordon is going to place that 1 that he rolled on his character card. And it says that Montoya is on the scene. When activated by placing a 1 die, you may move to any battlefield and deal 9 damage to the villains there. Well, I think I'm going to keep him where he is and have him attack this vehicle with those thugs inside. So 4 of the 9 damage goes to destroying the vehicle. That leaves us with 5 more, and that's more than enough to take out the 2 thugs inside. Alright, so we get to roll again for Batman. We got a couple of 1s and 2 6s. That's interesting. And Commissioner Gordon's got a 1, 2, and a 4, and a 5. Well, Batman has a 6, so he's going to stop the criminals from running wild. Commissioner Gordon has a 5. He's going to spend it to take control of the streets again from the destructive mobs. So this game plays pretty quickly, I think. Rolling dice again for each of the heroes. So I think it would be a lot slower if you placed all your dice and then the next hero went and placed all their dice. I kind of like this, that you keep it moving, going back and forth, rolling and place 1, roll and place 1. Keeps it moving along. Well, Batman is all about protecting the innocent, so he's going to put a 5 on there, which is all that a 2-player or 2-hero game needs to do to protect the innocent. So that card is neutralized. And we still have this Scarecrow's gas on the streets, so Commissioner Gordon is going to keep working, trying to clear the streets of the poisonous gas or hallucinogenic gas to get everybody off and into shelter. So 10 points there, we need 5 more. Alright, rolling again. 3 and a 5 for Batman, a 2 and a 4 for the Commissioner. Batman's going to take care of that with another 5 and finish that one up. Well, I believe we've got the story cards and the act card taken care of. So as we come to Commissioner Gordon now, we've got to concentrate on these thugs and henchmen and try to clear the board of those stacks. For any stacks that we can't take out, they're going to get to roll to destroy buildings, so we want to try to stop that. Why don't we try a police raid? We'll put a 4 on there, and it says that we can deal damage equal to the die plus 1 to the battlefield, and the officers can move to an adjacent battlefield. So let's have Commissioner Gordon come down here to the south, and with 5 points we can take out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can take out all the henchmen and the thugs in that area. Alright, this is it. The final die roll for each. Batman only has a 2. Commissioner Gordon has a 6. Alright, Batman has a 2. He's going to spend a bat signal point to make this a 1. And on his hero card it says that he can move to any battlefield. He's going to move up here to the north. He takes out the highest villain there. That's one of the henchmen. And then he does 8 damage. And that's going to take out the rest. So the north, the east, and the south are all cleared. And that leaves Commissioner Gordon. And he does have a 6. Let's see what he can do. I think all we need to do is just put the 6 down here in the police raid. Move Commissioner Gordon. That one allows him to move to a battlefield. And you do the die plus 1 damage. So that's going to be actually 7 points, and all he needs is 4. So that battlefield is clear. So we've placed all of our dice. We go to the crisis phase. We look for any penalties or rewards on the story cards. I don't think there are any. The top story card there is placing additional thugs. We had 10 additional villain tokens around the board, and we were able to clear those. So this card's done, this one's done, this one's done, and that one's done. So that's good. We go then to the villains attack, and we don't have any villains on the battlefield to worry about. So that's good. We can skip over that one. We check for any victory or defeat conditions. The explosion token and the casualty token have not moved. So then we go to cleanup and we get ready for Act 2. Well, everybody, that's Act 1. I appreciate you watching this. Let me know if you spotted any mistakes. I'm going to get ready for Act 2, and I'll be putting that up in the near future.